As early as 2023, reports began circulating that China was building its fourth nuclear-powered aircraft carrier. However, many people were skeptical, believing it was nearly impossible. After all, the United States took almost 40 years to move from its first aircraft carrier to its first nuclear-powered one, while China's carrier program was barely 2 decades old. But in the first half of 2024, satellite images revealed that the main structure of China's Type 004 aircraft carrier was almost complete. At first, experts analyzed the photos and estimated that its displacement could reach around 115,000 tons, potentially surpassing the U.S. Navy's Ford-class carriers. Still, some doubted it was truly nuclear-powered. By the end of 2024, American media reported that China was developing testing facilities for ship-based nuclear reactors, reigniting worldwide speculation. Around the same time, a Chinese shipyard showcased a new aircraft carrier model, and interestingly, it lacked a chimney. That was a clear sign. This was indeed a nuclear-powered carrier. So in today's video, we'll take a closer look at China's fourth aircraft carrier, its progress, its terrifying capabilities, and the technology it may carry. If you enjoy our content, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of our future videos. Now let's dive into today's topic. Back in 2022, when the Fujian aircraft carrier was successfully launched, reports already hinted that the next-generation carrier was underway, and that it would be China's first nuclear-powered one. Interestingly, U.S. media claimed that construction of this fourth carrier actually began as early as 2021, predicting a launch window between 2026 and 2027. However, the Chinese military never confirmed this. It's not just Western observers who doubt this. Even many Chinese military enthusiasts found the claim hard to believe. And to be fair, their skepticism makes sense when you look at the timeline. China's first carrier, the Liaoning, was commissioned in 2012. The second, Shandong, launched in 2017. The third, Fujian, followed in 2022. All three are conventionally powered, and the first was actually converted from an older foreign vessel. So, in total, China's carrier development history spans only about 20 years. In comparison, the United States launched its first carrier in 1922, and it wasn't until 1960, nearly 38 years later, that it introduced its first nuclear-powered carrier. So, for China to leap into the nuclear carrier era in just 2 decades does sound unbelievable. I'll admit, I'd have been skeptical too. But then came 2024, and the story changed dramatically. New intelligence emerged that year. Satellite photos revealed the construction site of the Type 004, showing a vessel almost as massive as the USS Ford. Soon after, several U.S. outlets reported that China was developing and testing nuclear reactors specifically for naval use. According to available data, the reactor has a diameter of about 10 meters and a height of 15 meters, fully meeting the requirements for a carrier installation. By the end of 2024, a major Chinese shipbuilder even unveiled a model of the 004 carrier. And, careful viewers noticed something striking. There was no chimney. This discovery essentially confirmed that China's fourth carrier will indeed be nuclear-powered, and the earlier mentioned reactor is likely custom-built for it. Now the question becomes, just how powerful will this nuclear-powered carrier be? Generally, a nuclear-powered aircraft carrier is the largest surface warship in a fleet with carrier-based aircraft as its main weapon. It usually operates as the centerpiece of a carrier strike group. Compared to conventional carriers, nuclear-powered ones hold massive advantages, especially in range, fuel efficiency, logistics, and overall combat performance. Most importantly, a nuclear-powered carrier not only generates power for itself, but also supports its aircraft and the accompanying ships in the fleet. This, drastically reduces the need for supply lines. It allows the Navy to operate for long periods far from home bases, exerting military presence, or even conducting missions abroad. That's why these ships are often called mobile sea bases. One of their biggest strengths is endurance. After one nuclear refueling, a carrier can travel up to 2 million kilometers. That's 50 trips around the Earth. In comparison, a conventional carrier's maximum range with a full fuel load is just 22,000 kilometers. At present, only 2 nations operate nuclear-powered carriers, the United States with 11 and France with 1. If China completes the Type 004, it will become the 3rd country in the world to achieve this feat. As the latest generation nuclear carrier, China's 004 has really drawn the world's attention. Analysts studying satellite imagery estimate its length at around 335 meters and width at 83 meters, enough for a larger flight deck that's capable of carrying over 80 aircraft. Remarkably, this makes it even bigger than the Ford-class carrier that's currently serving in the United States Navy. Experts also estimate its displacement at about 115,000 tons, surpassing the 112,000-ton Ford. Judging by these numbers, the 004 could mark a new milestone in carrier design and performance. According to the same analyses, the 004 is likely equipped with 3 aircraft elevators and 4 electromagnetic catapults. 2 elevators are positioned on the starboard side in front of the island, with another at the port side rear. This layout optimizes aircraft launch and recovery while improving operational flexibility. The electromagnetic catapult system, first used on the Fujian, is expected to feature prominently on the 004 as well. It's a must-have for any advanced carrier. Beyond launch systems, the nuclear reactor itself is another major highlight. Reports suggest that its output could reach 125 megawatts compared to 100 megawatts on the U.S. Nimitz class. That means greater energy supply and the potential for more advanced onboard systems and weaponry. Moreover, the 004 will likely operate alongside China's powerful Type 055 destroyers, warships famous for their heavy firepower. These destroyers carry hypersonic missiles with ranges up to 1,500 kilometers, providing the entire fleet with formidable long-range strike capability. From nuclear propulsion and electromagnetic catapults to cutting-edge reactor performance, China's naval power is rapidly catching up to, and possibly surpassing, the United States. This rise has clearly drawn concern within the American Navy. Here's why. As of 2024, there are around 30 aircraft carriers globally. The United States still leads with 11 nuclear-powered carriers, including the Ford class, which entered service in 2017 and was once hailed as the world's most advanced carrier. It featured new designs, upgraded radar systems, and revolutionary electromagnetic catapults. But with China's new breakthroughs, the Ford's dominance may soon be challenged by the Type 004. For decades, the United States Navy has maintained global maritime supremacy through its powerful carrier strike groups and nuclear submarine fleets, yet China's rapid advancements have now introduced a genuine sense of urgency and competition. Remember, the United States once mocked China, claiming it would never build an aircraft carrier, but since the Liaoning's commissioning in 2012, China has built 3 carriers in just over 10 years, and now the 004 nuclear-powered model is nearly complete. According to U.S. reports, the 5th carrier, known as Type 005, has already started construction at the Shanghai Jiangnan shipyard. This means China is building 2 nuclear-powered carriers simultaneously. Both the 004 and 005 are said to share the same model, each displacing over 100,000 tons, equipped with 4 electromagnetic catapults and designed to operate J-35 stealth fighters, or even future 6th-generation J-36 jets. Interestingly, leaked renders of the 005 show a full-length straight deck, which improves the efficiency of aircraft takeoffs and landings compared to traditional ski jump designs. American analysts predict that by 2030, China could have up to 10 fully operational aircraft carriers. If that happens, it will, honestly, redefine the global naval balance. China's carrier strike groups won't just be numerous, they'll also rival or even surpass the performance of today's leading naval powers. To stay updated on our latest reports and future analyses, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. We'll keep bringing you more fascinating and informative content soon.